organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on tonight's edition of the Daily Iowan TV, The Sounds of Soul, we recap the festivities of Iowa Soul Festival from this weekend.
And Iowa City foodies are in for a treat. Find out what restaurant opens its doors this week.
And in sports, we hear from players about their win over Pittsburgh.
All this coming your way next.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Austin Love.
And I'm Selena Carr.
The 2014 Iowa Soul Fest took over downtown Iowa City and the Pentecost this weekend. Students and community members came out to experience the music and dancing of soul. Nearly 10 performances took the stage over Friday and Saturday. There were also activities for families and kids, as well as different cultural food vendors. The Soul Fest marked the final musical events that are put on by the City of Iowa City's Summer of the Arts and Diversity Focus.
Iowa City has been ranked one of the best places to live in the U.S. yet again. Livability.com ranked Iowa City 10th in the top 100 cities to live. The ranking is based on things like economy, healthcare, and housing. Cultural events, hospitals, and literary history are among the reasons for Iowa City's high ranking. 4 other Iowa cities were also ranked in the top 100, including Ames, West and Central Des Moines, and Cedar Rapids.
Last Thursday in Cedar Rapids, women entrepreneurs had the chance to win big in a Shark Tank-like event. Our very own Greta Miley had the story.
According to the most recent She Matters report, Iowa ranks last in the nation for the economic impact of women-owned businesses. According to the most recent She Matters report, Iowa ranks last in the nation for the economic impact of women-owned businesses. Ascent President CEO Lydia Brown wanted to change that statistic with Invest in She.
Invest in She is just a great example of an opportunity to really showcase female entrepreneurs, but also get those women some exposure and get them an opportunity to talk to investors about what they might be able to do to shore up their business.
The gluten-free market is scheduled to be expanded a $6.2 billion.
6 female business owners advanced to the competition, where they then sat in front of a panel of investors and pitched their business plans. Brown said she believes the competition really helped the owners.
It's difficult, it's very lonely, it's very isolating when you start a business. You don't really know what you're supposed to be doing, and you're doing what you think you are supposed to be doing. And it's great to have this really, really intense support from a lot of different organizations.
Each business received over $2,000 and plenty of professional advice by the night's end. Greta Miley, Daily Iowan TV.
Brown said she believes this event will be the first of many of its kind.
A UI alum has been named a winner of the MacArthur Fellowship. Samuel Hunter, a graduate from 2007, is a playwright who premiered 3 new plays just in the past year. Also known as the Genius Grant, the fellowship is handed out to talented individuals who are standouts in their field. It awards each fellow with a $625 stipend over 5 years. Hunter is one of 21 recipients of the fellowship for 2014. And still coming your way on Daily Iowan TV, broken bike, no problem. See how UI students got their bike repairs for free Friday.
And a look at Iowa's big win over Pitt from Saturday.
Well, Austin, you know, every time I step out my door, I don't know what to wear because this weather just keeps getting warmer.
I know, the other day I wore a jacket, should have worn a short sleeve shirt, but what are you going to do? Let's take it over to the weather studio where our very own Katie Sextro is ready with this week's forecast. Katie?
And more of that beautiful weather is headed our way for this week. Tomorrow morning will be a little chilly with temperatures around 45, but as the day goes on, it'll warm up to the mid-60s with lots of sunshine. As evening approaches, those temps will stay in the low to mid-60s. The rest of the week looks almost like summer is back. We will see barely any chance of rain and warm temps even into the evenings. Tuesday and Wednesday will be in the mid-70s with clear skies, and Thursday and Friday will continue to be sunny with temps close to 80 degrees. We've got a great start to the weekend as well, with more clear skies and temps in the upper 70s on Saturday. Make sure to get outside and enjoy this week of the gorgeous weather. Austin and Selena, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Katie. Hubbard Park was filled with bicycles on Friday for the annual Fall Bike Tune-Up. World of Bikes hosts the event every fall and spring to make sure students' bikes are in good shape for campus riding. Each rider that came to the event got their tires, brakes, and chains checked so repairs could be made if needed. All of the repairs were done at no cost to students. There were also free smoothies being made by a bicycle blender.
We feel that people will be more likely to use their bikes if they feel good to ride, you know. So if your chain needs oil or your tires need to be pumped up, or, you know, maybe your brakes need to be adjusted so you actually feel safe riding it, you know, that's something that we feel is really important.
For more information about other events like this on campus, head to bike.ui.edu.
This Tuesday marks the grand opening of another new restaurant in Iowa City. The Iowa Chop House will open its doors to the public at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. The restaurant is farm-to-table style and focuses on using local foods and brews. The space used to be a few different places, including the chef's table and the prairie table.
Secret Service is trying to figure out how security was breached this weekend after an arrest was made in the White House. A man was arrested Saturday after climbing the fence and running all the way inside the executive mansion. The trespasser, Omar Gonzalez, was armed with a knife when he was captured at the White House door. President Obama was not present at the time of the security breach.
A visitation service will be held tomorrow for Kelly Bender, a former official at the University of Iowa. The memorial will take place at the Kirkwood Room, which is located next to the Lindsay Funeral Home in Iowa City. Bender was an advocate for alcohol safety at the UI and led the campaign to lower binge drinking rates on campus. She passed away Thursday at Mercy Hospice at the age of 43. All of us at Daily Iowan TV would like to wish her family and friends the best during this hard time.
After all the hype of the Ice Bucket Challenge has calmed down, one family is still feeling the shock. After a group of Kentucky firefighters were electrocuted while spraying water on college students during the challenge, one died this Saturday. Captain Tony Grinder passed away due to burn-related injuries, and another went to the hospital from similar complications.
One international student from Iowa State University has been missing since September 8th. Junior Tong Xiao was last seen in Iowa City on her way to Minnesota. Her phone is disconnected and friends and family have not been able to reach her. If you have any information about Xiao's location, call the Ames Police Department at 515-239-5133.
Even though the football team didn't play at home this weekend, Kinnick still got some action.
That's right, Austin. The first ever kickoff to Kinnick 5K run was held on Saturday. The race finished on the field of Kinnick, making it the first race to enter the stadium.
All proceeds from the race went towards the UI Children's Hospital and the Tim Dwight Foundation.
You know what an awesome thing for runners to experience. Running out to Kinnick would be so cool.
Definitely, Selena. I'm going to look into doing that probably for next year.
Oh, yeah.
Now, to catch us up on what the Hawkeyes were doing while they weren't at Kinnick, let's toss it over to Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio where Chelsea Brown is standing by. Chelsea?
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. I'm Chelsea Brown, flying solo on the program tonight, but later our football pregame editor Cody Goodwin will be in to take a more in-depth look at the win over Pittsburgh on Saturday. It was definitely another comeback story for the Hawkeyes. Pittsburgh owned the first half of the game at Heinz Field, but it was the Hawkeyes who came back from a 10-point deficit in halftime to win 24-20 in the fourth quarter. Despite being outgained in total yardage with Pitt at a total of 453 yards and Iowa only 311, it was the Hawkeyes who stayed in to win the battle at the end.
Yeah, everything starts up front, up in the trenches, both sides of the ball, and that's what we did. We just kept pounding away. And as a defensive line, we know we're a veteran group, and we got some good linebackers, and our job is to take on those blocks, and that's what we did.
Pittsburgh quarterback Chad Wojcik was their star on the offense with 250 passing yards, and running back James Conner added to the offense with 155 yards and 1 touchdown. But I think Iowa fans can agree a whole new team emerged during the second half of the game.
It's definitely a big win. There's a big difference between 2-2 and 3-1. Just the team came together today. Obviously not a perfect game by any means, but we got the running game going a little bit. CJ came in, did an unbelievable job in that second half for us, and it's just a big win for this team. It's a good stepping stone. We definitely improved. That's always what we want to do, and we improved today, so that's a good thing.
Iowa offense finally established a running game second half with lead rusher Mark Wiseman finishing the game with a total of 88 yards, 52 of them which came after halftime and 2 touchdowns. But the leading man and the game changer of the second half was the backup quarterback CJ Beathard. The spark of the offense appeared when Beathard hauled a 62-yard pass to Damon Powell, who caught the ball with one hand. Here's what the quarterback had to say.
I mean, not exactly. You kind of have to know where he's going to be and stuff. And I saw him make a good break out of his route, so I kind of put it where I thought he would be, and he made a great catch and had great protection. So.
Now for a more in-depth look at the second half rally of the offense, alongside me is Daily Iowan football editor Cody Goodwin. Thanks, Cody, for joining us once again. And you were at the game this weekend. Can you tell me a little what you saw on the Iowa offense that made it seem like they finally found their groove?
Well, I'll tell you what, Chelsea. In the second half, when C.J. Beathard came on for what seems to be an injured Jake Rudock, it was his second pass of the game, that 62-yarder Damon Powell, like you were just talking about, and that really kind of put Pittsburgh on their heels. It opened up the running game a little bit. Like you said, Wiseman able to run for 88 rushing yards. Iowa's offense just seemed a little bit more in sync after that because with Beathard able to go over to the top like that on the defense, on Pittsburgh's secondary, it kind of put them on their heels, and Iowa's offense was able to come out and just kind of run their own game, play their own game. They got into kind of a rhythm, and it was kind of fun to watch.
All right, and C.J. Beathard, definitely a game changer for the Hawks in the second half in the light of the offense. What kind of things did you see that allowed him to succeed during the second half?
Well, he was very confident, Chelsea, and I know this is something that head coach Kirk Ferentz has talked about a lot. He's got a lot of confidence in both Jake Rudock and C.J. Beathard, and we really got to see what Beathard was all about in this game. He came in for Rudock. He played the entire second half. He completed 7 of 8 passes for just 98 yards. Not eye-popping numbers, but he did manage the game very well. He made some smart decisions. He stayed in the pocket, took a couple of hits, but delivered some great passes. And you could just tell that the offense was a little bit more confident with him in there. Maybe not a knock on Jake Rudock specifically, but C.J. Beathard came in and just commanded the huddle, commanded the line of scrimmage, did very well. And it shows on the scoreboard. He came in for 4 drives in the second half, and they scored on 3 of those drives.
And speaking of head coach Kirk Ferentz, this is what he had to say on Beathard's performance. Take a
Yeah, Jake got nicked up in the first half, and CJ came in and did a really good job moving our football team. And I've said all along, we've got total confidence in both guys, and CJ's done a lot of good things in practice. He's done good things in games, and that's not an easy situation to walk into. So it's really a credit to him and his teammates, the way they support him.
Now, Cody, on the other side of the ball, a lot of changes from the defense from the first half to second half. What kind of changes did you see?
Well, specifically, they were a little bit more aggressive defensively in the second half, and especially with respect to the run game. I know Pittsburgh's running back, James Conner, he was definitely some guy that Iowa had to pay attention to. Kirk Ferentz said that if you don't know who he is, you're not going to have a successful day against Pittsburgh. And he had 100 yards even rushing in the first half alone. Iowa came into Saturday's game only allowing 65 rushing yards per game. Connor racked up 100, but then he only racked up 55 in the second half on just 12 more carries. So Iowa did a real good job of limiting him, and making Pittsburgh pass, which really isn't their strength. It wasn't their strength coming in. They had a good day statistically against Iowa, but overall it was halting the run game, and that's what Iowa was able to do, and that's ultimately why they came out on top.
And you're exactly right, Cody. And now we talk with both the offense and defense, who couldn't be happier with their performance this weekend.
You know, I'm not real sure. I think our attitude, we were a lot more aggressive. We were attacking, and we didn't make a lot of adjustments. I think we just came out and we played better.
It's huge for us. We just needed to get back to playing our brand of football, which is the run. Starts with the run game. CJ did a great job at making the most out of his opportunity, and a great job being a leader out there. And most importantly, we just dug in, man. We started a fight, and we've been starting fights, but it was about damn time we needed to finish one.
Now Iowa will begin Big Ten action starting this weekend as they head to Purdue to take on the Boilermakers. Thanks, Cody, once again for joining us, and that'll do it for us here in the sports studio. Tomorrow, we take a look at the inside of a field hockey team and one specific freshman emerging this season, and our Monday Whip Around crew is back in action. As of now, Selena, Austin, back to you guys in the studio.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV. Check us out online at dailyiowan.com and follow and like us on Twitter and Facebook at DITV News.
Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
Can't pick up a copy of the Daily Iowan? You can download the Daily Iowan mobile app on your iPhone for the area's best news coverage. The Daily Iowan is now on TV, online, and in your pocket.